It is the prodigious, the prominent Professor Johnson at Proclamation News and Gatherence. Happy 23rd of May. Happy Sunday. Just want to give you a, you want to know who's speaking, you want to know his integrity. Is it worth coming in to listen to him? Has he got the right information? Is he is he going to give me enough qualitative evidence? Facts. You want facts. You don't just want figures. You don't want someone just waffling on load of ramble, do you? Well, this is I've got memory like a elephant. Elephant never forgets. So as we go forward, we can look at UK road incidents. We can look at knife crime. We can look at politics. And I've got a friend from Hertfordshire coming on to talk about a few things, that are destroying our communities, are destroying humanities. We're trying to give a bit of guidance to, give you new aspirations in life. Anyway, we talk about road incidents first. So do not enter your vehicle under sleep deprivation, under the influence of alcoholism or narcotics. It takes 24 hours, doesn't it, to anything to get out of your system. Plus, you need sleep. You need plenty of sufficient sleep before entering the vehicle. So many incidents, day in, day out. I'm reading on the news. So many deaths, or near close deaths, or casualties at least. Police are working hard day in, day out. So are the NHS. So the fire brigade cutting babies out of cars through, through their own innocence, but through stupidity of other drivers on the road, not using the A roads, not using the motorways correctly. Shouldn't enter a vehicle under sleep deprivation, under the influence of alcohol. It's important. That's why I say alcoholism is the most poisonous substance that any human can take. Make sure your MOT is updated, making sure your car's insured, making sure your engine oil and your water coolant tank is topped up to maximum level. Make sure your PSI limits are topped up. Make sure your tyres are not bowled. Making sure you and your passengers on board have seatbelts adjacent to the car seat and babies have adapters adjacent to the car seat. Making sure you've got plenty of sufficient fuel to destinations so you don't break down, because it causes congestion and pile up of cars. And if pile up of lorries could cause an incident on the roads. It's very, very important that you take this on board. It's very, very important that you support the show to get the message across the whole dominion. Not everyone will want to listen in just for their binodalness of it being me. Although I've been doing media studies since 1996, although I'm quite phenomenal, I do this methodically, mechanically, day in, day out. This is what I do, day in, day out. Absolutely. Also, give way to police instructions on roads, police road safety signs, and look out for signs, speed cameras. Shouldn't be having to look out speed cameras. You're going by the speed limit anyway, really, theoretically. In an ideal world, you've done your driving lesson, just stick to the plan. Stick to plan A. You got gifted your driving license for doing your driving lessons, for doing your theory. And everything you do in theory you should take onto the UK roads. It's for your own safety and other people on the other side of the road and in front of you and behind you. So, you've got to take it on board. Keep your eyes peeled on the road. Do not try not to eat while driving. Try not to smoke while driving. Try not to speak on the phone while driving. Hands free, if anything. But even talking through hands free, you sort of take your mind off indicating. Let's see little things. We all know because we all drive. Even the police force will admit they talk through a hand free to tackle crimes in the UK. But anyway, before we quickly go on to the instance, I just want to give a shout out to my sponsors. That is very, very important. Our sponsors keep us going. Relax UK Limited, health, travel and wellness products since 1997. UK Relaxation, selling various ranges of products from relaxation, travel, well-being, biofeedback, sleeping and natural products. RelaxUK.com. RelaxUK.com. if anyone's got anxiety, depression, or they want to get on a new health kick, start losing a bit of weight, starting to feel good, that feel good factor, all the products that you need. If you're suffering from sleep deprivation through possibly noise, there's stuff on there for that to help you as well, guys. So bear that in mind. Relax-uk.com. Also sponsored by PSS Alarms. Very adequate and pragmatic works carried out. All areas covered, including central station monitoring provided. If anyone wants CCTV on their business or house or anything like that, make sure you get your pen ready. All work's done to insurance requirements. This is a friend of mine's company. He's carried out works in Harry Kane's stepmom's house in Hertfordshire, Potter's Bar. He's carried out etiquette works in Essex, such as Casbah Restaurant and many more big business setups, offices, pubs, clubs, you name it, he's claimed it. Installation and maintenance of intruder alarms, fire alarms, CCTV, all work guaranteed and certified to SSAIB standards. 24-hour call-out service can provide CCTV for pubs, clubs, restaurants, new business setup. Secure your business. Mention Professor Johnson. Furniture discount. Secure your home. Secure your business. Your safety and priorities in your business are paramount. So think safety, think first. Secure your equity. Please ask for Tariq Khan. The number is, if you've got your pen ready, like I just said, 07908. I'll repeat. 07908. The next part of the phone number, 216142. So the first four numbers is 07908. The last six numbers is 216142. Ask for Tariq Khan, mention my name for a discount. You guys listening, you are part of the Aristocracy Social Elite because you're staying both observed and you're staying preserved. You're more than welcome to give me constructive criticism on board, ladies and gents. More than welcome to give me constructive criticism. I do not want to be discriminated. I don't like coming into conflict with humanities. I've done my time on this world to deserve a bit of respect, and I'll give you respect back. I'm looking out for the democracy at the end of the day, giving you updates of what's going on around the UK. In Luton, on the M1, lane or lane closed, accident, queue in traffic. One lane closed and queue in traffic due to accident on M1 southbound after junction 11, A505, Dunstable Road. Lane 1 of 4 is closed. Traffic is slow on the other northbound side. This reported on the 23rd of May at 1 p.m. This is on the M1, guys. So anyone going up towards through Luton or coming back through Luton to come back down south or southwest, southeast or wherever, just there you go. I'm giving you some updates. You can look near the Stevenage on the A1, Stevenage, a stalled vehicle, traffic coping well, lane closed on exit ramp. When I say check your car for MOT or make sure your engine oil and your coolant tank are topped up. Little things like this could cause your road stalling, breaking down. Lane closed on exit ramp due to stalled vehicle on A1 southbound at junction 7, A602, Broadhall Way, Stevenage South. Traffic is coping well. Lane 1 of 2 is closed on the slip road, heading up towards a roundabout with the A602. So there you go, ladies and gents. M11. Accident, traffic coping well. Reports of accident on A414, Canes Lane near Whaley Lane. Traffic is coping well. Sensors aren't showing any impacts. Police on the way to investigate. 23rd of May. See what we've got up in Essex constituency. Towards Essex, we have A131. Delays in construction area on the A131 High Garrett near Hare and Hounds Pub. In the construction area, temporary traffic lights are in operation due to loud telecoms work affecting traffic between Braintree and Housestead. It's quite ironic. There's not enough care in the world on the roads in the UK. Delays in the construction area. Delays on A1015 Eastwood Road both ways on the Marks and Spencer supermarket to Dawes Heath Road. In the construction area, temporary traffic lights are in operation to allow electricity works. Electricity works. Going up north because I don't know where some of you guys could be anywhere in the world. I'm just going to give some call outs. Some in Manchester here. I want to make this more beneficial for everyone. M62 lane or lanes closed. A stalled vehicle, heavy traffic, one lane closed and heavy traffic due to two vans, stalled vehicle on M62 eastbound from junction 18, M66 junction 4, Simister Island to junction 9, A6046, Middleton Road, Hayward Lane, or 1 of 4 is closed. I'm going to do one more in Liverpool and then we're going to move on to what's going on today. M62, queuing traffic in construction area on the M62 eastbound at A5080. Bowring Park Road, the Rocket, in the construction area, 23rd of May, that was reported at 11 a.m. Lisa Shaw, ladies and gents, such sad, tragic news. Lisa Shaw, BBC Radio newscaster presenter, dies aged only 44. Such a young age to be taken, only age 44, not even alive, guys. So please give your condolences, you know. Make sure you acknowledge this could be any of us at any given moment. Family, listeners and colleagues have paid tribute to a BBC local radio presenter who has died aged 44. Lisa Shaw, who joined BBC Radio's Newcastle daytime team in 2016, died in hospital after a short illness. Her voice was well-known voice in the northeast of England, where she had also had success in commercial radio. BBC Radio's Newcastle acting executive editor Rick Martin said, "Everyone at the station was devastated and thinking about Lisa's lovely family. She was a trusted colleague, a brilliant presenter, a wonderful friend, and a loving wife and mum," he said. "She loved being on the radio and was loved by our audiences. We lost someone special who meant a great deal to a great many people." Devastated, it doesn't feel real. An amazing presenter, an even better person, so talented, kind and funny. I'm so grateful for the advice Lisa gave me over the years, but will be best remembered the countless laughs and general silliness. I'm thinking of her family and friends today. We are so sorry and saddened to share with you that after a short illness, our beautiful colleague, Lisa Shaw, has died. Everyone at the station is devastated and thinking about Lisa's lovely family. She was a brilliant presenter, a wonderful friend, and a loving wife and mum. A statement from Miss Shaw's family described the mother of one as an amazing person who had touched and enriched so many people's lives and made them better just by getting it in. We are completely heartbroken, in disbelief, numb and saddened that there is a Lisa-shaped hole in our lives that will never, ever be filled, they said. I like that. That's a lovely thing to say. A Lisa-shaped hole in our lives. We're so grateful for the time that we have had with her, and now so many happy memories that we will hold dear for the rest of our lives. She was the best wife and mammy, sister, daughter, auntie, friend, and colleague that everyone could hope for. She loved connecting every day with the wonderful people from the North East, and it gives us great comfort to know how many lives she has integral part of every single day. We'd like to thank everyone for our overwhelming love and support we've received at such a difficult time, reinforcing how deeply cherished she was by so many people. We will love and miss her always. Heartbroken, an incredible presenter, colleague, and dear friend. Hilarious, unflappable, the ultimate pro. She connected and inspired. Above all else, Lisa was warm, a wife, a sister, a daughter. Thoughts are with her family. We, as a radio station, are absolutely devastated. We are so sorry and saddened to share with you that after a short illness, our beautiful colleague, Lisa Shaw, has died. Everyone at the station is devastated about thinking about Lisa's lovely family. She was a brilliant presenter, a wonderful friend, and a loving wife and mum. Mrs. Shaw was a county Durham and studied at Bournemouth University. The hashtag Rest in Peace Lisa was trending on Twitter after her death announced on Sunday morning, with listeners and colleagues paying tribute. One called her for broadcasting legend, while another said she had an infectious laugh that we'll always remember. Her BBC colleague Stephanie Finnan said Miss Shaw was an incredible presenter who was hilarious, unflappable, the ultimate pro, while co-worker Martin Lindsay said he would best remember the countless laughs and general silliness. Miss Shaw had also worked for North East commercial stations, Metro Radio, Heart, Century Radio and Real Radio, where she won the Sunny Gold Award for the Breakfast Show of the Year. Chris Burns, head of BBC Local Radio, said Lisa was a talented presenter who had already achieved a lot and would have achieved much, much more. My friend will be coming through anytime shortly, hopefully. Let me just check the time. We've got 15 more minutes, guys. If any of you want to bring anything up to conversation, up to horizon, please feel free. Oh, it's 3 o'clock now. It should be coming along at any moment. Let me just I'll just give him a little tinkle, see where he is. He could be here now. I don't know. So let me just bring my friend. He's coming on the show. So I need to make sure he's almost ready. Bear with me, guys. I'm still here. Hello, mate.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah, buddy. I've sent you the link, bud. I'm just I've got about another 10 minutes talking. So if you want to make a cup of tea or whatever.
Yeah, mate. I've got it made. I'm ready to go now when you're ready, mate.
All right, mate. Well, yeah. Come. Give me 5. Get a sit in now, mate. Listening. I won't be about 5 minutes. I'll be with you. I'll throw you on.
I can't hear you show or anything, so I don't know what's going on.
You can't hear me on the show?
No.
Oh.
It's cool, man. I'm sure the camera will start working when you click us in, right?
Yeah, my volume might not be on. I must be on. My volume must be on.
You can't see. I've hit the link. Can't see nothing.
Oh, you can't see nothing. Let me send you another link quickly then, buddy. I have to send you a new one. Must be a new link every time I go live, I should imagine. Let me. I talk about.
I just hit the one you sent us.
Yeah, that is the last one. I thought it'd be the same link, you know.
It doesn't work on all of them.
Nah, it's obviously a new link every time. I thought it'd be the same one, obviously, but it's obviously not.
Alrighty.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna send you a link over, but I've got 5 minutes more talking. I'm just talking about Lisa Shaw died, didn't she, on the radio presenter? I don't know if you know her. She died.
Are you live now, or I was going to say you want to get on and chat to your audience otherwise?
No, yeah, you're all right, mate. You're all right. You can because I've got to send this email. I've got to send this email and then send you the link.
You haven't started yet.
Yeah. So as I said, I'm doing my show, but what I'm doing is I've got to send you the link. Otherwise, I can't talk and send the link at the same time, can I? I'm gonna get. Yeah, but I've got what I'm saying is I might as well talk to you on the phone while I'm doing it because I can't talk to the audience while I'm doing this because it's confusing. But I can talk to you. I can have a general conversation with you if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no problem. I'll go on WhatsApp now, innit?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it over to you now, buddy. Give me. See, I've got to go on my computer, put the link on my computer, and then go on my phone and mate, what a rigmarole.
Yeah.
I should have thought of that before I started, but I thought.
Maybe it's worth doing it together, innit? That's the learning curve, innit? Start together.
Yeah, but I was just talking about while you was doing your thing, I thought I need something to do on board, you know.
Yeah, you learn something every day, though. This is like something to learn. We've learned it now. When you do another podcast, to start the same together, and there'll be no dropping out or anything. No,
I want to keep this going, mate, because I just started all the road incidents. I don't want to. I've got the keep the show going. I'll just keep it on air, mate, and then just crack on from where I send it. Otherwise, it ruins the start of the show. If you know what I mean. It's nice to bring someone on, but I should have. I do my road incidents every day. See.
It's good for me to tune in and see where you're at. You know.
Yeah. No, I've got. Come in then, buddy. I've said. Yeah. Do you mean quickly finish off this last bit I'm doing? I've got 5 more minutes. Did you? Ed?
It's changed now.
Yeah, I've sent you. I've sent you.
Yeah, I've got to log in now. Last time I could just come in as a guest.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it's different now, mate. Last time I just signed in as a guest.
What you got to sign in as?
This morning, a little while ago.
Yeah.
When you sent it, it just said I'll just put it in as Ade's Proclamation. Now it's showing up the login to Melon.
You got to log into Melon now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hang on. I know what to do. What a rigmarole. I've got to send you the invite because I've invited you in. Oh my goodness. I've sent you the wrong link. That's why. That's my actual login to the Melon thing that I just sent you. There's a thing on there I have to invite as a guest. Hang on, mate. Well, no, I didn't have to do all that. What a drama.
Yeah, I don't want them trying to get their claws on me.
They'll be asking you for money, man.
They'll be asking me to sign up, have your own radio show. No, I just got to be a guest. That's my role in life at the moment.
There we go. There you go, mate. I'll just quickly finish your talk about what I was doing, yeah? Because they'll wait. Then we jump you in, yeah?
Well, go on, in a bit.
All right, mate. All right, see you in a sec, buddy. Bye, mate. Yeah, so, ladies and gents, talk about the men's rehabilitation. When I say men's rehabilitation, if you want to get into any kind of racketeering, drug act, selling drugs to the kids, causing possible death, kids are going to overdose on cocaine. What an absolute monstrosity. In Harwich, a crime of 8.5 million worth of cocaine found in wash machines and tumble dryers in a lorry. And what sort of organisation is going to have 8.5 million pounds worth of cocaine? That's coming into, from the ports in Harwich to be set around all the dealers in the UK. How horrific is that? Approximately 8.5 worth of cocaine was seized after a lorry was carrying drugs was stopped in Essex. Officers from the National Crime Agency, NCA, stopped the lorry at the port of Harwich, Essex, on Wednesday, May the 12th. The lorry had travelled from the Hook of Holland, and officers found approximately 107 kilograms of Class A drug hidden in the lorry's trailer. I mean, these guys are organising this. They must be like, I don't know, they've got to be some sort of, they must be having all kinds of, big gang. They're probably going to take someone's life for the officers to go and seize these lorries. They're very courageous, what they do. The lorry has travelled from the Hook Island. Officers found approximately 107 kilograms of Class A hidden in the lorry's trailer. The cocaine has been sealed in tape packages, which have been placed in sacks on top of a load of wash machines and in tumble dryers. The driver, 28 years old, Lucas Wesolowski, who lives in Poland, was arrested at the scene and later charged with drug smuggling offences. He appeared at Colston Magistrates Court on Thursday, May the 15th, and has been remanded in custody until his next court appearance. Ladies and gents, I'm going to stop that there. We're going to bring my friend, my great friend from Hatfield, Hertfordshire, on the show. You guys on Castbox, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, please stay observed and both observed. Mr. Ade Chapman is coming in the building. How you doing, sir? Nice to see you.
Very good, Justin. Nice to see you too. How are you?
Yeah, very well, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Just a little bit despondent about the weather, but that's the UK for us.
Yes. An elephant never forgets.
Wow, that's good. That's groovy. Yeah, look at that. Nice one.
Elephant never forgets, now, mate. That's things good. You're good. So, anything happening in the old Hatfield area? Any more night news?
I made a blinding cup of Gold Blend.
How's the old Hatfield going? Any more stabbings there? Any shoplifters or what's going on down
there? No, nothing much going on. No deaths or anything. I think that guy that got killed on that kerfuffle with drugs.
Yeah, I know.
They were. I can't remember the guy's name, but sort of like off the top of what I'm thinking about, he got stabbed to death, and there was like two gangs involved, and one of them, there's this bird. She pulled in this guy, to ambush him, type of thing, so the other dealer could ambush him. But what happened there was
that was in the swimming pool, wasn't it?
Sorry.
That was in the swimming pool, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the ambush went wrong, and the main guy didn't turn up, and it was just a runner, and he took the blame. But if you're affiliated to the gang, then you're part of the gang, if you see what I mean. So you're gonna crop a a nasty death. So yeah, so
It's only
sad,
over.
sad that he's such a young guy and his life has been taken through what, probably 30, 40 quid's worth of drugs deal that went wrong. I mean, come on, it's like,
Supposed to be 20
yeah,
quid worth of cannabis.
huh?
Supposedly £20 worth of cannabis is what I got told.
Well, that was over.
Yep, that's what I got told. Yeah.
Well, it was all to do with crack cocaine and heroin. It was.
No,
That's what that was.
the argument was over £20 weed that he owed. Apparently, that's what I got told by someone that knew him. I can't do want to say names over the thing, but someone knew him. Apparently, it's over £20 worth of weed.
What, and that's what was in the court case? You've looked at the transcripts, have you? Or
no, it wasn't what was in the court case. What his close friends have said that know him.
yeah, but surely that would come up in the court case if that's what I mean, they want to know what was the reason for the death. So if it was over £20 worth of weed, then that surely would have been mentioned.
When they find out the reason of death, it's usually what the medical advisors would have checked his bloodstream and probably found cocaine and crack in his system, didn't they? Rather than thinking, oh, it could be over weed or something else. They don't know, do they? No one's gonna.
Well, no, I don't think he was a user. I just think he was just like a runner for the dealer.
It's 20. Apparently, it's over £20. What I got told by his friend.
You see what I mean? What's 20 quid for a life? You know, it's ridiculous, man. If all they got to shout out and scream to someone, can someone give £20 before this man loses or woman loses their life in a situation like that? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Come on, here's 20 quid, bang, get it sorted. Saves losing a life. Just a thought.
Yeah. I mean, the medical advisors, but they had the blood test, wouldn't they? And I think, well, that's the cause of death. They was obviously saying that. That's their.
We're on a different page. You still talking about the guy that lost his life by the swimming pool?
Yeah, in that flat there.
It was Christy Bishop and Nick Pitts that were involved.
Yeah, I don't know who was involved. I know that someone knew the lad that I knew. I didn't want to say on there.
She's just got manslaughtered off. I think Nick Pitts has got manslaughtered off as well.
When was this?
I think 3 dealers escaped.
Yeah.
Left the country, which they can't get hold of, and the main guy got proper life. Yeah, the main guy who was involved in it, he probably lunged the knife in.
Yeah. When was this? When they get sentenced?
A little while ago, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, there's a lad in town outside the chip shop got stabbed in the leg at the back of the chip shop while I worked.
Yeah, so that guy's got a bit of a memorial outside the flat, and people put flowers down. They still put flowers down. Is that the one? Yeah, the one you're thinking of? Yeah,
that's the same one. Yeah, I've seen the flat because I was.
That's what I was going to say. The flats. Yeah, but do you know what I mean? So, in any trial, it's like, what is the reason for execution? Yeah. And they're not going to talk about all the little bits. Of course, they are. They want the story comes out of everyone's mouths because they don't want to be serving a life sentence. So the truth comes out. Let's hope it does. In their case, it probably did, but there's a little bit missing. But it was over Class A drugs, not weed. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue that case. I'm just saying that's what, someone that knew him, that's what told me. That's what, you don't know what to believe. Obviously,
well, you read the transcripts. If you want to see what the case was about, just go on to the...
What I was surmising is sometimes the qualitative evidence is of the people that know, and medical advisors kind of give blood tests and whatever. They don't always know they write qualitative evidence because they're professors, isn't they, or in their job. If someone checks your blood and you've got crack and cocaine in your blood, they could quite jump at that, and it could be either. That's what I'm saying. Where's the qualitative? Where would you take the qualitative evidence from? The people that we think we know that doing the medical, we're just checking your blood rather than looking at close evidence.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the report, it does say over drugs. So I'm definitely not going into the sort of like the gory details there. But if you look at the transcripts, you'll get some of the witnesses' reports and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick was a genuinely lovely guy. I mean, I just can't see him ever lunging at someone. But when you're addicted to crack cocaine, and you're gonna. But this depends. I don't think that's in him, but. Some of these people, I don't think they would have knifed someone up as bad as that for £20 worth of weed. I mean, you could be right, but I don't think so. What I've read so far, it's not. Yeah,
if it's
more than that.
If it's £20 worth of sugar, you deserve a life. You don't, do you?
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't. Whatever it is, you don't deserve it. I mean, you could be right, mate, within your rights, but I'm saying you can't always believe what's written in black and white. Otherwise, the journalism we read every day, we're going to believe that, and we could be wrong, you know.
Well, that's always wrong. As the mainstream media have been wrong on so many occasions, and I think that's the bad thing about journalism is just like they get the false information and then dish it out onto every newspaper, like the Iraq War, weapons of mass destruction. Anyway, we're going off topic there. Corona, that's what we wanted to touch on. Sort of, the conspiracy theorists.
We've got to remember courts ain't always 100% correct either, are they? You look at Johnny Depp.
No. You're only.
That's going off quantitative evidence. That's going to stick him in prison for a minute.
You're only as good as the truth, so the truth can be twisted. So if you don't stray from the truth, then things should go. You know, because they always say the truth is the answer. You know.
Johnny Depp was getting done on quantitative evidence, which is hearsay. People gossip and what.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, no, it's terrible. You need factual evidence.
That woman said she beat. And there's no qualitative evidence, no visual. There's no visual.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's what a lot of people have been convicted over the last 3 or 4 years. You know, just people like the gossip coming forward where you need hard evidence, especially in sex cases. That ruined his career, didn't it? That just put him under that.
If you can evaluate the two, if them judges in court can evaluate the two differences in between qualitative and quantitative evidence, they would be better in the job. But none of them do. None of them do. In a family court, every court I've been in, they don't look at the two different evidences, which makes a whole case up. Qualitative evidence is very important in any case in court.
See, I've known those people that were involved there. I've known some of them 20 years.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what they're like, and I've seen them like really ferocious when they're very, very angry when they haven't got what they want. I.e. Class A drugs.
Yeah. Me and you walk into the shop, and a guy with a blue jacket was there, or a guy with a black beanie was there in the murder scene. That's quantitative evidence. But then you could be going down for prison as an accessory. You could be an accessory getting 6 years in prison for life because they remember what you were, but remember what you wore, but didn't actually see you do anything. It's not qualitative evidence. They need qualitative evidence. They need camera evidence, visual evidence.
That's right. I mean, the court system at the moment is like, say if you've got a 10-2 verdict, there's 2 people that have believed the guy that's in court, the one that's been found guilty. So if there's 2 people believing, that's already making an unfair system. So it's like 2 out of 12, and most judges want a 10-2, but that still means there's 2 people that are believing that you're innocent. So I do find, and I do think that most of the people that are in these jury panels are sort of liberal. They're basically liberal left, or just a liberal type of people. They're normal people. But I've always believed that they should have 3 lots of 12s. They should have the one that's called out by the courts. They should have every walk of life, because every walk of life is important. Forget, unless there's no such thing as good and bad. There's only good and evil. So a lot of people that are in courts that may be caught like me myself. I caught with 50 pills. But I got more of a sentence than say a paedophile would, or a rapist or something like that.
I feel I'd make a good judge because I'd want to see qualitative evidence.
But their evidence came out. So the 50 tablets were put in a big packet of about a bag about this big, but 4 inches by about 4 inches, and each piece of evidence was in there. So when it was put down on the evidence in front of the jury, I should say, it looked like I was a mass Colombian Class A dealer. And when in truth, I was just popping a few pills in the evening just to escape like misery, sort of a miserable life that we live. We're not exactly the Bahamas over here, is it? Been a bit depressed, take a few tablets, mate. What was all that depression about? Yet these Freemason types, these court people, they think it's a bad thing. All right, mine was around the Leah Betts time. But that was found that she was drinking way too much alcohol. So I think she had about 3/4 of a bottle of vodka or something like that. Well, you don't mix MDMA, ecstasy with alcohol. It's as simple as that.
It
acts as a poison.
shouldn't say neither really. Neither. So I was going to bring up. I mean, I was walking through Clacton the other day. It's pretty much the same as Hatfield Town. Looking at people in their 40s and their 50s that have been drinking all their life, mate. They look like rigor mortis is already set in their body, mate. They look the power and
bless them. I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying.
I know some people got no way out. They've got no support, or I don't know. They may have lost their family and think they're showing a way out now for them to just carry on drinking their life silly. But I do wish you could open up the real life for them. Living off the aesthetics of life, the highs and lows, and try and guide them to a better life. But once you're gone, I suppose. I don't know.
Well, alcohol's the worst out of a lot of them, really, for damage, what it does to you. I mean, I can take it or leave it. I like a drink, but I haven't got a problem with drink. Like anyone likes to have a couple of pints or all that. I'm not sort of one that goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and just keep drinking. Then you're going to get a problem then, because you get really addicted to the stuff, and then you want it in the morning. Then, I mean, I can get up in the morning with a slight hangover from a couple of pints, and think, well, do I have another one? My choice is not to then pick it up again and leave off. But it's sometimes I don't mind a drink. Doesn't mean to say I'm an alcoholic if I pick up a drink at 11 in the morning or 10 in the morning. Doesn't mean to say I've got. It just means to say I like a drink. 2 pints, 2 cans or whatever. You can have it any time of the day. It doesn't matter. But I could go 3 or 4 days without drinking. I really haven't got a problem with it.
Yeah,
but some do.
I mean, like I say, there's so many people in the town. It's not fair. I don't think it's fair on the kids. I don't, people drinking in town centres ain't fair on the youth of today. It's not influencing kids either, is it?
No, it's not. It's not good. It's not. But the thing is, you've got pubs that have got gardens where kids walk by and play next to you. You know what I mean? So there's people drinking in there, shouting and swearing and smoking and drinking. Yet it's just namby-pamby laws. But I get what you're saying. When you get some people, they drink too much and then they go and urinate, and then there could be little kids walking around. I get that. Yeah, I do get that. That's right.
You've got the adults. The adults and the children have got a choice. It's not walking in a pub today. There could be Larry adults there. At least in the beer garden, you expect it. There can be drunk people in there. Should I walk past this, the pub with my children today? You think, no, I don't want to go near there again. They were swearing last time. You got an option in you, but in a town centre, we're going to go shopping to buy your kids a new birthday present.
Yeah, but every town centre throughout the whole of Great Britain is the same. They've always got the area where you get a few drinkers hanging, and that usually means like there's certain areas and certain people hang out there. But I haven't got a problem with it. Years ago I did used to have a drink. I had a drink, and I would drink in a town. I didn't see that as a problem. But
the reason why I'm suggesting is because if we say me and you were left to in charge, we want to scrub up Britain to be better. Well, sorting out the criminology would be no alcohol in town. That would stop the robberies. That would stop the men perverting young girls. Because when men get drunk in town, or women, they're pissed. They can't see. They can't see how.
Not everyone. No, not everyone.
I know
what you're saying, though. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Some are over the top, aren't they?
Let's face it. If you get 16-year-old girls in a pub, you're pissed. You're not going to go, excuse me, love, you got ID. She's in the pub. You think, she's old enough for a nightclub. No man, or I'm just saying, like for an instance, there'd be like 21-year-olds chatting up 16-year-olds, thinking that's the thing to do. It's not, is it? That's what I'm saying. It needs to be a thing where they stop people drinking. The law, maybe police can say, look, lads, go and get in a beer garden, go around your mate's house, drink in the garden, no problem.
I mean, they tried to stop the drinking, but you still get the same lots. You get groups of various people from different parts of the world sitting there, all getting there drunk and stuff. But some of them are pretty well behaved. I used to be in the shelter with them. They'd all mix with us. Say their Polish friends and stuff, or the Lithuanians. They'd all get together. Wouldn't be a problem. The only problem there was when they had to stop drinking, and I was in the shelter at night and they had no drink, and then they started smuggling it in. Because I remember we was cleaning one morning, and in the there's like a Tampax area for putting stuff in there, and we opened that up one cleaning one day, and there must have been about 20 crushed cans in there. They started searching them, and that's when the trouble started, when they weren't allowed the alcohol, or couldn't get the alcohol in. So I do see your point, but it seems like hardcore drinkers, as long as you let them drink, they're not a problem. As soon as you take away the drink, this is freely available in every shop corner. That's when the problem starts, when you take away the poison, because
Yeah.
they are addicted to it.
We both know violence comes through alcohol, doesn't it? Violence comes through alcohol.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, a lot of things come
yeah.
through. Accidents.
Absolutely. Some of them guys at night used to have a right old rumble in there, and I used to think, Jesus, there's just like just one woman in here, and she's looking after all these guys. And sometimes I used to go steaming in it, depending what frame of mood I was in. I used to go steaming amongst all these these lads that were drunk, and then they was fighting each other. I would just be the peacekeeper and stop them and say, look, come on, enough's enough. Let's have a bit of peace, like you know. But eventually they would get turfed out. I'd try and pull them away, and they get chucked out for the night, and they'd be back in again the next night.
I'll give it a drink, but I don't think I went. I don't know. I might have gone 100 days drinking, but fighting. But I pretty much doubt it. Drink is, it's a poison for most people. If you drink all the time, constantly, it's a cause of an argument in a relationship, isn't it? If you're in a relationship, you drink, it causes an argument. He ain't come home, she ain't come home, hard up to no good. It's a medicine of distrust, isn't it? In a sense.
Or unless you drink with your partner together, and you stay with your partner. I mean, if you've got a good solid relationship, you should either trust that person or be out with that person.
Yeah.
But you know what lads are like when they've been on the beer.
Yeah. I'm just saying, for experience being out married women, they come on to you and whatever. You think a lot of disloyalty comes into alcoholism. It's poison, poisons your brain, poisons your mind when you have a drink. Not everyone. I mean, some people can handle it, can't have a couple and go home, like you say, but it's more so disloyalty than not, I think. Anyway, what is any subjects you want to bring up today, Ade?
Well, I was going to, I was going to do the questions and answer, but I didn't have time to sort of like roll up some questions. But I was going to touch down on people that didn't believe in like the virus, the coronavirus. Those that believe that it was a hoax, and I've got a couple of there's a little list of people that believed that it was a hoax, and they ended up becoming victims of the virus, just to let it know that let it be known that it is a virus, and people are dying of it.
So many people take it, didn't they?
Sorry.
So many people think it is like conspiracy theory, and they're going on protests, isn't they? You see that one in London about the bombs in Gaza the other week. Thousands in there in London. I think one of them got COVID mask on. You think, blimey, what are they doing?
What's that? The Palestinian free Palestine.
They're all protesting in London, didn't they, for it? Loads of them are protesting, trying, saying stop the bombing.
That's quite a good thing to touch on. I mean, the Palestinian thing. When you think grown people,
it's a good protest, but no mask. Why are you doing it? It's just
right. Yeah.
You find yourself.
I mean, some were wearing masks. I think it was just the officials that were wearing them, and the crowd weren't. They're pretty angry about what's going on. I mean, look, you've got one adults that are firing bombs into them because they've stole their land. The others are defending it. Well, the only ones that are becoming victims of all that are the innocent children and babies. They're the ones that are getting blown to smithereens or losing their legs and arms, and they don't deserve to suffer. So people need to grow up on both sides. As simple as that. You can see the problem, because I mean, I was evicted from my home, so I can see these people are coming along. These Israelis are coming along and ripping people out of their homes. So you can see why they are frightened, and it's not. This has not just happened one or two isolated incidents. This has been going on for decades. So that is hundreds of thousands of people that have been rooted out of their homes in Palestine have got resentments.
It's always cowards, mate, isn't it? Cause of trouble, innocent victims. It's ludicrous. Like I say, the young kids.
Well, the children and the babies are the innocent victims. The mothers might maybe egg it on a bit because they've seen their parents and themselves being evicted from homes in Palestine. But that's been a whole load of trouble, that state of Israel, since its initiation or beginning in 1940 something. I can't remember when it
Yeah,
was.
it's been going a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's wrong. It's quite sad because, you know, like again, the innocent suffer, and they're saying, well, why are you throwing massive great bombs and killing people? The babies and children are dying. Well, they're saying they're defending themselves. Well, come on, they've got massive weapons and nuclear weapons and huge bombs and planes. Where's the balance? It's like they
I
know
think,
they're killing. They know they're killing women, babies, and children.
yeah,
So why carry on doing it?
have you heard of it? We'll be fighting for resources soon. You heard what we're doing now? We're giving all our farming in Scotland to, not all of it, but a lot of it to Australia. Australia, the size of Australia compared to the United Kingdom. That is ludicrous.
Ginormous.
If we run out of resources to feed our own mouths, what on earth are we doing? That's all part of the Brexit deal.
What's that? What? Digging into our resources, or
We're giving our resources over a lot of our farming resources now, which is supposed to boost the economy, which Boris has said. The only bad thing I don't think I see eye to eye. I think Boris has done great, but this, just to keep the economy going, he's a money man and that's the trouble. He's sending our meat produce, our lamb over to Australia, you know, to boost the farming industry. But it's ludicrous, I think, because
but they've always done that. A world trade has been going on. What you're saying? The Australians are coming here to farm.
No, we're sending our farming produce to do trade with Australia now. To keep.
But we've always done that, though, haven't we?
Yeah, but we stopped it. The Brexit was supposed to stop it. Now we're talking with Australia to get them back in it.
Right. Okay.
And at the start of Brexit, that was supposed to stop all that, and then Boris has got into trade agreement to boost the farming industry.
Well, we've got so much arable farming here, so you know we've got so much of it. It's like
I know what you're saying, but you know, I thought the whole idea of Brexit was to save our resources to supply our population. But now,
but they're still part of they're part of the crown. The Australians, they're not EU, are they? You know,
well,
part of like a different situation there.
I know that some of the Australia is part of the crown. I know that because they've got some of the what's the name over there? You've got they've got some of the Queen's fun boxes in Australia. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
and South Africa definitely has.
The places we used to hide from the rain.
Yeah, I used to. It's good when I was young. I used to hide in them.
Used to put they used to have like a 10p slot. It was a 10p and a 2p, I think, or a 5p and a 2. It was 10p and a 2p, and we designed a lollipop, you know, like the flat lollipop stick with a little fork in it. You push the 10p where the 10p goes and push it down. You hit the base, and then you get a free call. So my crime started very early. You know, 3 phone calls with a lollipop stick. What a bad man, eh? Cool.
I was press 101. Call my mum. I can ring her up. It's raining. Mum, pick me up. I'm stuck out in the rain.
Bloody hell, that was a lot later. That was the old 101. Blimey. Showing my age now, eh? Oh, dear Lord.
You're only 10 years older than me.
What year was you born?
83, no.
20 years.
I'm 20.
63, me.
Yeah, 63.
Look at me bragging about my age. I've got 10 years. No, it's 20. See, a whole generation of information.
What else? What else you want to touch on, mate? What else? Any other things?
Well, that was the one. So let me just grab my old little notes up, just to let people know that this thing, there is a disease going on. It's COVID. I've never disputed that, but there's so we've got Brian Lee Hitchens. He's the first one. So I'm touching on one from America and one from the UK. So the first one is in America. Brian Lee Hitchens said he hopes pastor wife Erin would forgive him after the pair did not follow social distancing guidelines or get help after falling ill, believing the dangerous conspiracy theories on Facebook. Sorry?
So many idiots conspiracy theories on Facebook.
Right, okay. I mean, I'm reading this out. This is not off the top of my head. So basically, a taxi driver who believed conspiracy theories claiming coronavirus was a hoax has urged people not to be foolish like he was after his wife died from the deadly bug. So basically, Brian and his wife, Erin, a pastor in Florida, believed the wild and dangerous conspiracy theories circulating on social media and did not seek help. When they then both contracted the bug, despite Erin being at risk from asthma and a sleeping disorder. So yeah, so Brian told the BBC in July that he and his 46-year-old wife had read that COVID-19 was fabricated or was only as bad as the flu. They also read the bizarre claims about the virus being linked
Yeah.
linked to 5G technology. I mean, there was a lot of that going about. I mean, but wow, you know. So
Yeah.
Erin was on a ventilator in July when Brian spoke to reporters conducting an investigation into misinformation about coronavirus and the human costs resulting from it. Yeah, so that's him and his missus. But while Brian recovered, Erin's condition worsened and she became critically ill and died from heart problems linked to the coronavirus.
Yeah, but
It's definitely
I not always knew it was about. My close family members have had it, you know, and obviously, one of my close friends lost their father and whatever.
I lost my auntie. I mean, she was seriously ill anyway, but you know, she got the corona.
Yeah.
So I know
It's
I know
definitely.
it's about.
I was a bit thinking at first. I was a bit reluctant what to believe at first. Obviously, Boris, you know, he's the one he's the man in the mouth, you know, coming from the piece of the mouth, saying about it. And I thought, well, he's the first person who's got corona out of nearly everyone in the world. I thought, blimey, is this real? Is this conspiracy theory? I did start to think them close members of my family got it. My son being one of them. You know, then I was very distraught, but about the news. Obviously, starting to feel, heart condolences went out to Boris and his family as well. And you start to think, yeah, this is actually real, mate. This is real. People dying from it. And then, close friend lost their dad. A few people lost family members, especially elderly homes and things. That's what you got to be careful. You work in a care home, and then, I mean, they've opened that hospitality sector now, and people are going to be going out just enjoying themselves like it's nothing's happened. You got to be so careful, ain't you?
Well, that's Barry. You remember Barry from the shelter? He
Yeah,
was in he fell and he had a problem, and he
yeah,
was in Leicester. And
yeah,
I just managed to get to see him.
yeah,
Took some photographs of him. I thought, he's getting on a bit. Might not see him again. I better go and, have a bit of a laugh. We had a bit of a laugh and stuff, and it was good to see him. And I always remember the nurse come in and said, "Okay, no more visitors today. No more visitors from now on.
yeah,
The coronavirus is hitting the hospital." And there's me panicking. Oh no. So anyway, Barry there was then transferred. He was transferred to a care home.
yeah,
And I think I rang him about a week later, and he said to me that he's never ever seen so many dead people
yeah,
dying so quickly. That really hit home then. And we was up the Jimmy Mack Centre.
yeah.
That's when I called him.
Should we?
So all the old people were passing away
Can
while he
we?
just turned up.
Hey, can we do a 10 question on like bit more general knowledge along the lines of either history or politics? Can we pencil you in for a day next weekend? I'll do 5 questions. You do 5 questions, and
Yeah,
the most answers right, I'll give them a free keyring giveaway for the listeners.
That's brilliant idea.
We got to do it. Give them a free key.
Mm.
Bring the community together. They can also, if they heard anything in the media they want to bring to the table, and we can talk about it.
Mm. I mean, my team are playing today, so they kick off at 4 o'clock. So I don't mind missing a little bit of it. So I'll hang around till.
No, you're right today, mate. We ain't got many. I don't think we've got many people in. But if I broadcast it if you let me know what day you can do next weekend, or because I get my payday's Wednesday, so I can forward post and pack. I'll get us some stamps.
Mm.
And I've got
No problem. That's a good idea. Bring people in to listen.
I've got keyring. Plus, it helped me get my Prox Art page on Facebook promoted. Everyone on Castbox. I mean, if you guys want to join in, you're welcome to. If you know the answers, you can either text and give your answer, and then call in at the end of it with most answers right, and you get a free.
So what's that? Sorry, what's that? Questions and answers on what topics? Anything general knowledge or everything?
Yeah, I'll do 5 and you do 5. It could be anything like what do rabbits eat? Anything, just silly things.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. And what's on offer for a prize for calling in or?
Keyring.
Awesome. What, Proclamation?
Yeah, we do it for my Prox art, but it's Proclamation and Gatherence in me. But yeah, we do it for the gift would be for my Prox art thing.
Brilliant.
I've got some good paintings. Look, I've got some more developed. I'm gonna have a load more. I'm getting another 5 more done. I don't know if you can see that. That's the big face. Look.
Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that.
I've got that one.
Wow. Justin, can we put this on full screen? Because I'm struggling to see stuff here. Is there a button to hit it on full screen here?
It's you after, anyway, because I'll take up the whole screen otherwise, won't I? I'm on full screen. Ain't you on full screen? What can you see?
Do you know how to get it on full screen? Because you are so small.
You need to do it on your phone, I think, mate. I think so. Oh, hang on. This might do it.
Is it under settings or?
Is that better?
Hasn't moved yet. I'm just wondering if it's in settings. You said it's the bottom of the screen or something.
I've done mine. Mine was 2 hours at the bottom right hand of where you're sitting on the screen.
So I've got the exit button.
Yeah, that's on the top left. That's on the top left, isn't it? Look at the bottom right where you're sitting.
I'm on bottom right, and it says exit, settings, stop, and mute.
Well, the bottom right hand corner.
Yeah. Oh, sign up to host your own streams. There's like a thing that shows full screen.
I'm not on my phone now, am I? I'm on my desktop. My desktop will be totally different layout to yours.
Would it be video options on the settings? No, video settings.
Could be. It might take you out of the thing now. I'm not sure, mate. Mine's not that. Mine's just 2 arrows. It's an arrow pointing down, an arrow pointing up, but horizontal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in the green thing.
It's black and white. Mine. I'm on desktop. Mine's a total different layout to yours, though, bud. Your one, I couldn't even tell you what yours looks like because I don't know.
Links? Would it be chat?
I have no idea.
Links?
It could be in chat, but all mine is I could see it while I'm on the screen. I don't have to go anywhere. I can see it while I'm looking at it now. It's a black box with 2 white arrows, horizontal, diagonal.
I think I've missed it. I'm back again. Yeah. I'll try video settings. See what happens. Video settings.
Don't worry. I won't stress too much. Anyway, I won't stress too much. This what else can we talk about? You know, what do you want to get? What subjects we hit now, mate? Got anything you'd like to bring to the table? So we've got the vaccine. Right? Have you had your first jab yet?
No. I've got the other one, isn't it? The other guy, Gary Matthews, 46 from Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
He's the other guy that believed it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So as he died a day after testing positive for corona. So imagine that, testing positive and dying the next day.
Yeah.
So he's this guy. You see him on all the marches and that, the the anti-COVID or anti-lockdown measures. So they go on marches and stuff, not wear the masks and that.
Yeah.
So there's a COVID denier from the West Midlands who refused to wear a face mask, has tragically died after catching COVID himself. I know this is old news, but we're just touching on sort of people who didn't believe what's going on.
Yeah, that's right.
So he tested positive on January the 13th. It's like this year. He was a regular contributor to online conspiracy forums, according to the Mirror, our sister title. The 46-year-old believed the bug was a hoax, according to his cousin. Well, he understood to have claimed he suffered from asthma before he died, though his family were unaware he had the condition. And cousin Christian Copeland said his relative refused to adhere to social distancing guidelines and had developed a strong distrust from the media. And he and his friends had the mindset that they needed to go out and meet people and show that they didn't believe the government. So Mr. Copeland told The Guardian, so about 2 or 3 years ago, he was very concerned about the conflict in Syria from a humanitarian point of view. and that kind of escalated. And I think he read a few stories which led him to distrust the media. Eventually, that led him to some climate change denial groups, which he started on. And it comes amid a new reports, a staggering 1 in 5 people in the West Midlands have had COVID, according to the ONS. However, Copeland remembers Mr. Matthews as a kind and talented man who loved painting portraits. With his death heartbreaking, for all the family were all very close, and he believes his cousin was led astray by conspiracy groups online in the months before his death. And that's the bit what that sort of the selfish. I mean, there's a line between having the vaccine and not having the vaccine, or just carry on with the social distancing, which was working, until they let everyone out, and then it got worse that last time, just leading up till Christmas.
Can I give, after you finish, can I give my perspective on the whole scenario, which I'm gonna
go for it.
The way I'm gonna
go for it.
The way I'm gonna do things, I'm still gonna keep myself in my own little bubble. I mean, everything's been lifted. Everything's almost been lifted. You can go gym. You can go like museums. You can do. I'll still keep my own bubble. I might go to the museum, like an art museum. I might go and see, a couple of, maybe one friend, 2 friends, but it's only, people that I feel that have really taken restrictions, properly. I won't go in. I try and not go into like, hospitality sector if I can help it. I won't go cinema. I won't go gym. I was thinking about going swimming, but is swimming going to be a place where you can contact coronavirus?
You can get verrucas.
You get verrucas, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is it chlorine in the water? Or what they collect? Yeah. What's it called?
Chlorine. Yeah. Can that cure COVID?
I was going to say, well, does it kill the germ, like like bleach and stuff like that? Well, I imagine it would be safer than, say, drinking in a cafe. Sharing people's cutlery and stuff, and sitting right next to each other, drinking coffee and chatting away.
If someone's got COVID and they wee in the swimming pool, do you know what I mean? Can you catch it through what? Do you want? I don't know.
Yeah, but the chlorine wipes that out. It disinfects it.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, but we don't know is it strong enough to kill COVID.
That's a point. You could look at the medical researchers and ask them that. That would be interesting to see if the chlorine does kill it.
Gym is supposed to be a place that you could catch it in a gym, because people are breathing every day, they're sweating, aren't they?
All the sweat.
That's when your immune system's low as well when you're working out. Your muscles.
Another thing about, I mean, how bad is this? I've only just realised that. Like when you go toilet, and I always used to believe that, the women always used to moan at me because I've left the toilet lid up, and it was only when I realised it's not that they're moaning because of a him and her situation. It's because when you flush the toilet with the lid up, it just literally thrashes it all about and goes up into the air and comes down on all your sink, your shower, and all that. So the reason for the lid is basically to stop that.
Yeah.
Again, that's another thing that you can bear in mind to stop the spread of anything. People are carrying it.
Yeah.
Put the lid down on the toilet, flush. It's a bit safer. It's not gone up in the atmosphere.
It makes you wonder, we're lifting everything too soon now, this Indian variant, because it's in London now, isn't it? So it could be another lockdown again. I mean, I said another lockdown 8 months ago, didn't I? When we start,
Well, we both agreed, didn't we, that it's going to happen the third time.
Now we're going to have lockdown this Christmas, by October, I reckon.
But have you seen what's happening to as a new thing, like you had your 5 things that were part of, if you couldn't smell, et cetera, those things that you say, well, got symptoms of corona. But there's a new symptom out. I read it this morning. I was like totally shocked.
Yeah.
But because I have to look at things twice for it to sink in, like I sometimes have to be told twice, for me to have things sink in. But yeah, it's in the local news. There's something that's going on with some sort of, what do you call it, from a symptom, and they've got this symptom which is like in India at the moment.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I done a shot the other day. I don't really like it.
That's all right, isn't it? Let me get my glasses on. Bear with us.
I don't really like it, to be honest with you.
All right, yeah, that's all right, isn't it?
I don't like it much.
That's about the third one now, isn't it?
Well, painting, I've done unders, mate. I've done all the time, don't I? Painting.
No, I mean the third one since like you've been on the show.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I didn't really. I tried to make that look something, but it wasn't as good. I'm not that good about yachts, really.
You've been a busy boy, lad, haven't you, eh?
I always keep busy, mate. You've got to keep occupied, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's 3 new ones I've actually
seen.
I'm
not a dosser, mate. That's for sure. I've got a big thing in the pipeline, mate. I'm hoping to do some sort of like a community thing where I show a lot of my artwork in an exhibition or something. I don't know yet. I've got to weigh up the pros and cons, see if I fancy being in front of a big crowd. I get anxious in big crowds. You think I used to box in front of thousands of people?
Well, it's like you. I mean, like we've both played in front of like quite big audience. I mean, I've seen some of the people like you've got quite a large audience that used to come and watch you in yours.
Yeah,
in
when,
your
when
matches.
you lose children, mate, you know, you lose everything. I just lose focus on that sort of thing. Trying to be.
But I used to thrive on the energy from the crowd. When like I tell your audience, I used to like play in like a band, and I used to thrive on that. But it was a nervous energy, and I used to use that to my own advantage, just to get the crowd going even more. Because I used to clam up and really look like I was doing the stuff on, you know, in the sequencer keyboard. And my guy was on the keyboard as well, and he was like literally dancing around and throwing himself around. So there's 2 of us. So you know, you could sort of like fool the audience, even though we was playing off that.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, I just loved it, you know. So we've both got a common, common thing there that we're both proud of. You know, our audiences that used to follow us around. I had quite a large following when we used to play out.
I could hold a good, you know, even a talk show like this in a big community, like getting people to talk about, you know, times of depression, talk about times of anxiety, you know, about being, you know, their children getting bullied. Remember when we was kids, looking back when we was kids, where maybe our parents acknowledge maybe when we was young, you know, well, I think my parents acknowledged most of the time. If I come back, we looked a bit sheepish. Mum, dad would go, "You all right? You all right, boy?"
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
the bullying.
There's a lot of parents that don't acknowledge that in children, and that's when they act suicide.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know the beautiful thing about getting old is you actually recognise stuff like that, like in your own. I mean, everyone's got the same feelings, network of feelings.
Yeah.
So when you get older, you recognise that you could be a little bit too much overpowering on someone. You'd be seeing it as bullying. Like, just say for argument's sake, oh, have you got some coffee? And they give you some coffee and say, "Oh, give me the jar, I'll take a bit too much." It's just things like that. You just, thanks just for the little that you're given.
Yeah.
Whereas a bully would want half of the coffee, you know, what's in the coffee pot or something like that. Well, I look at stuff like that and I go, you know, that's that man's coffee. You know, you just, you know, be thankful what he's giving you.
Yeah. Anything at school cause conflict, can it? Remember being back at school, like, you know, it's standing in the queue in the dinner queue and you've pushed in, or someone's pushed in. Give you a peanut is a tie. I don't know if you had ties back in your day, did you?
Yeah, we had ties. Yeah.
But
it's about you know, the whole thing in life is about being mindful of others.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you see there's a queue there, you don't bump, like you're just saying about the bullying in the queue, you don't jump in the queue. But if the friend's there and he's holding the queue for you, that's a valid excuse. But if you just push into the queue, no one's held it for you, that's bullying. That's like, fuck everyone else. Oh, my French, I'll do what I've got to do and push into the queue. Well, you know, being mindful of others, you just don't do that, do you? You just go at the back of the queue. I mean, what makes you so special over others? It's like, get to the back, get to the back. But kids don't want to say that because they're worried that others might bully them.
I'm always polite now. I never, you know, I don't think I've ever pushed in a queue. I don't think, unless it's something like where my sister worked or something. I won't push in.
Unless, like, she's giving you permission to go up front, which is fair. That's another valid point. But the thing is, what I was saying the other day, what are they teaching the kids? Are they just throwing them out to play for hours and hours on end? Where they could be doing this sort of chatting to stop bullying. Like, hey, look, what's 5 examples of bullying? 1, pushing in the queue. 2, nicking his food. You know, so many bullying scenarios that they should be picking up. Yet here we are in 2021, we're still picking on others. We're still bullying going on. We're still invading other countries. It's like
bullying is the way they dress, the way you look. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, people. You know, I mean, it's like
John Lennon, let it be. It's like let people be what they want to be. Just stop the bullying.
I think women are more conscious than men now. They look, so they put their makeup on, don't they? They do, you know, dye their hair to look like they're no celebrity on TV or something. Get their lips done now, don't they? Get their boobs blown up, bums pumped up. You think, blimey, what are they doing that for? Just to get, you know, a man to like them. It's not an elegant thing to do, but it is, isn't it, for the ladies?
It's just like phobias, isn't it? It's like, you know, if a man's like homosexual or if they're transgender, it's like let people be. It's like these people that go on marches, you know, stop this and stop that. It's like have it relevant.
I need fillers in my chin, lad. Look.
I can't see. Let me get my old glasses on. Hold on. I've got them on. I've got them on. I still can't see. I've got to get my eyes tested. It's been about 2.5 years. Go on.
Filling in my chin.
What is it?
So I need a filling in my chin. It's a lighter.
A filling. That's why I grow this.
You got one as well. You got bum chin. You know. One line over loads.
I'm just falling apart, mate. Everything about me is just. I'm just growing ancient. You know.
It don't bother me. It don't bother me, Graham. I would like to look more wiser. Just look more wiser, I do. Doesn't bother me.
I'm sure I've got the onset of cataract though, because you know I've got my glasses on and I can hardly see. But I just need stronger glasses. But I know what that's going to mean. That's going to mean more stronger headaches, more stronger going dizzy. You know, like take your glasses off and it's like whoa, you like this. Look at me. See, I'm cross-eyed. Look, it's like that's what it's going to be. The stronger the glasses, you know, I don't like wearing them too long. I was naturally up until I was about 30, didn't have glasses. But life, welding, dangerous industry, just puts you on that path of, you know, losing your eyesight.
Welding it will take your eyes, welding, unfortunately.
Oh man, archive. I mean, I used to have, I would say at least twice, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times a month, I'd go to the medical bay with Fred the foreman, and he'd put adrenaline drops in my eye if it was really bad. He'd just give me the normal archive drops, but then they'd put the adrenaline drops in, and that was like what happened. It would repair the skin. So say I think it's about 1,000 layers of skin you got in your eyeballs. An archive would take. Listen to this. Archive would take 70% of that off. So it would take 700 layers of skin off your eyes. No wonder you used to feel like someone had thrown sand in your eyes. And it was low plate radiation. These machines were massive. We was welding between 1/2-inch plate to about 8 inches thick. We're talking, look, go back there, look at that.
But that's never done welding, Ed.
6 inches, 8 inches plate.
We had a welder because we done piling. I never touched it once. Never wanted to do it because I knew it'd take your eyesight.
Yeah, well, I mean, my dad wanted to be he wanted me to be a diesel fitter, you know, welding fitter, not a welding fitter. He wanted me to be the other way around. See, a welding fitter can do a little bit of mechanics. He wanted me to be just a fitter and have I could do a bit of welding on the side. He wanted me to work on the hydraulics, the axles, engines, diesel engines, the Perkins, Cummins and all that, those sort of big old V12s and stuff. But once they gave us six weeks or 8 weeks, we had to do welding as part of the apprenticeship for being a fitter. And it was coming to about the 7th, 8th of the last week, 7th or 8th week, and I knew I've got to go back to the fitting bay. And Fred the foreman said, "What are you going to go back, or you know what you're doing?" And I said, "I want to carry on doing this. I just love it. But you know, the sparks, the noise, the burns, the smell." And I didn't go back, and I don't think my dad ever forgive me for that. Bless him.
Knock the door. 1 sec.
Rest in peace.
So just keep talking, eh? I'm just checking the door.
Yeah, just for the audience, really miss my dad. You know, he was the one that got me over there working on the old machines. I went over there as a tiny one, you know, about 3 or 4 years old, and he used to lift me up onto the big old machines. And I always remember standing at the top looking down, and he's saying, jump. He's holding his arms up like, like this, wanting to catch me. Imagine that as a little small person. This thing's about 15 foot up in the air. Tyres as big as the first floor of your house.
Let's talk about talk about effects of this this bloody we've got a traffic light system. People going on holiday and this, that, and the other. The R number, it's going to be pretty much the same as what it was last year, isn't it? You've got the Indian variant coming in, possibly lockdown by October, I reckon, possibly.
Well, let's have a look at that phone. I look at a symptom of this new variant. Well, if this gets over here, then
it's over here already. It's London, isn't it?
Right, but this symptom. So
Indian variant is in London.
Symptom.
The thing is, though, what winds me up is the critics. The critics of the Indian variant. They said we should have shut down borders for the Indians to get over here. Well, like I was saying, all our doctors, all our medicines come from India. So if the Indian doctor he's got a poorly mother back in India, needs to go back and help her. So what they're saying is shut the borders down. Don't let the Indians travel back home, but let that Indian doctor do heart surgery on your mother. So theoretically, that critic now then, if we say to that critic now then, you're not have to go and see your mother while your mum's having a heart operation, how would they feel? Some people are so binaural, selfish, and it annoys me, frustrates me. You've got all these so-called clever critics in the media, Facebook, Twitter, going, they should shut the borders down, just have done with the COVID. Well, we've got Indian trade coming over here, which is medicine's massive in India.
I understand that, but for saving, I don't believe it was they see it as that bad for letting people back, going back to normal society as it is. But I do understand that if you've got a dying mother and you're not allowed out of the country, that's very unfair, especially when he's been here for years doing sort of doctor's work or surgery and stuff like that. I've got that point, but rules are made up. Rules are made up, though, aren't they?
Yeah, you can't say you can't say, well, we're going to shut the border. Be a critic and say we should shut the borders to Boris Johnson or Parliament. We should have shut the borders. Everyone, we've got new variant coming. Everything's going to be shut down now. Being a critic in the media, realising that you use an Indian doctor every day to save your life, your mother's life, your father's life. You don't deserve to go back to your mum and support her while everyone else has got COVID in India. You can't.
Well, that's the problem, Justin. The thing is, if you make an exception for one person or one group of people, you have to do it for everyone. So that's why they make a law up where they shut the border down or they don't shut the border down, and everyone has to adhere to it.
Yeah. But when it's not down to Mickey Mouse and social media to start being a critic and just being binaural, saying things, to get anything through Parliament to shut a border down, it takes months. It don't take long.
But what you're saying there, when people talk on social media, is again, it's just gossiping, but it's still words that hurt people.
Yeah.
I understand that, but again, if something that's so bad, then why are they letting us all go back when there's this Indian variant there? I don't know. I'm not a specialist on it. I'm no specialist in any of the field that's going on. I can only give my point of view. But if that, you can go abroad as long as you're not going on holiday, right? You can go back to the funeral, you can go back to care. So you've probably got maybe a good point would be to have one or two things. One for ill health, travel. That person has to be in hospital, or you have to give some sort of proof, or death, funeral. That's the only time you're allowed to travel. See, what's going on is people are going abroad, they're holidaying, they're carrying on their lifestyle as it was before COVID hit.
If you put these critics on a show, have you had your vaccination yet? They go, nah. Well, why are you being a critic then? Why are you saying all over social media this, that, and the other? That's what I think. You're saying, I'm going to shut the borders, but I'm not going to get the COVID. I'm going to risk catching it anyway.
Yeah, well, that's been a bit hypocritical with me and myself. It's like, you know, if anyone's these critics, if they've had the flu vaccine and it's made them really violently ill, then they don't want to have the vaccine, and I get that because I'm one of them. But um, you know, I'm not going to put anything into me that's going to put me on my deathbed. That's for sure. And
Yeah,
they can, you know, people like that Webber, Andrew Lloyd Webber, who's saying
yeah,
those that aren't having their vaccine are selfish. Well, no, they're not being selfish. This is not a rebellious thing. For me, it's not a rebellious thing. This is coming from a fear of me being how I was when I had the flu vaccine, and I
yeah,
was probably, I would say, I was 7 days of not being able to move in bed. I still think to this day they was experimenting on me. They thought, well, this Chapman, we'll give him a dose of this new one and see how it works on him.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
was ill, so
it's,
bad, so
it's,
bad. Never again,
you're,
never again.
yeah, if you're gonna be all
No.
healthy, mate, it's gonna be a risk, isn't it? So yeah, you've got a good point. But
Yeah,
there's a
but
lot.
that's looking at if only if you live in fear all your life, that's what they want. They want us to all to live in fear and be divided and hate one another. That's
Yeah,
their aim.
yeah,
I don't want to live in fear, and I know if I put that in me, there's a chance that I might die. I might die because of how ill I was with the flu vaccine.
yeah. Yeah, well, touch wood, mate. You stay clear from it. 'Cause I know it's a big thing of you taking the jab, but
Stay in my room. I've got a microwave in here. I like to stay in my room, and you know, I don't want to mix them on. I don't want to because
no,
like it's like you know, they're in and out. They're doing what they've got to do. They're going from here to there. It's like, well, you know, what's it to say? The government's allowed to like say you are allowed to now hug your sister, your mother, your brother, your son, your daughter, your
yeah,
cousin. You know, what's all that about? Come
yeah,
on, man. What? So all of a sudden we're listening to the government who now saying we're allowed to cuddle each other. I get that, but letting everybody back so soon, that's a slightly different matter.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Makes it just makes it show that it's not as serious as they were first made out.
I walked around the town centre yesterday, back from where I was born and bred in my constituency. A few of my friends said, "Oh, because I'm so thingy, like, well, I've kept myself so to myself, and I forget who's who now. I forget people's names, everything. I've kept myself
Where's that from? Where's that from?
in my old constituency in Clacton, where mum, dad now.
You've
All,
forgotten everyone. No, you never forget, mate. You never forget people.
yeah, people. Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
their names, yeah. I'll get your names, yeah. You do forget names, but their faces you don't know, do you? Yours. You can't put a name to a face. That's what you're saying. You're like me.
I've known a lot of my mates for about 4 years, mate. Cause I've been just stuck in. I've knuckled down my university. I was in Hertfordshire We for a year and a bit. I've
I
been
tell
in.
you, all my mates from school, Justin, I can remember every one of them, their names.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
was with, if you're with people a long time, you remember them. But yeah,
yeah,
constituents is a bit different.
yeah. Yeah, no, I remember the name about 2 seconds after, but at the time, that's since I was school. I looked at him because we're getting older as well. It's been 4 years since I saw him. It's like, blimey. I am literally like an alien to my old town now.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for so long, but yeah, it's a bit of a shock, mate, when you're walking through your old town when you brought up and you think, blimey, I remember him.
It's funny you should say that though, Clacton. That's one of the first places I holidayed with my parents and grandparents back in the '60s. I remember going to Clacton when I was about 3.5, 4,
Yeah,
and it was just a completely muddy beach, and I loved it. Just like being amongst muddy sand, dirty muddy sand. It was just a fantastic experience. Great old holidays we had. Then obviously as time went by, parents earned a little bit more money. We had
yeah,
better holidays. We started going down to Devon and places like that. But
yeah.
those old Clacton, Southendy sort of places, they were brilliant.
I don't know.
Less commercial where we went in the end, like Devon and places like that.
Clacton's not a beach to go, I don't think.
No, it's a bit. It was back then quite dirty and smelly.
Yeah.
Not much has changed.
No, it's not. It's not great. It's not great there, to be honest. Yeah, not
Have you
great.
ever been to Devon?
Yes, I have. I went to Limpston.
Where'd you go?
Limpston.
Limpston.
Yeah.
I I just remember places like Porlock, Combe
Ex-
Martin,
Exeter just up.
um, Exeter. That's South Devon, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to Royal Marine training when I was 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, done that. But my hands 2 weeks. They wouldn't keep me in anyway. My hands 2 weeks. I Maynard, didn't I?
You
It's been
think of all them years that I was doing like steel work you know, eye damage, bone damage. You know, I never know what damage that done, because that was doing that to my eyes. How much was it penetrating into me back? You know, me back, all the vertebrae. I used to stand in front of that MIG welder, welding 8-inch plate, 6-inch plate, 4-inch plate, 3-inch, 2-inch, 1-inch plate. And what's that doing? That was cooking me on the outside. Now it's known that it can penetrate as well, like radiation.
Yeah. This will give you radiation.
Yeah, I'm on a little screen, and then it's not plugged in. I make sure I don't be near my phone when it's plugged in. A lot of people, they plug their phone in and they hold it, where a force field of around 3, sort of circumference or whatever, about 3 foot. It's just when it's plugged in, it emits sort of like an energy around the phone. And there's a guy that had this like a gauge, and he did it when the phone was plugged in. So that's quite dangerous if you're looking at your phone really close and it's plugged in. That's emitting a signal. That's a thing for your audience to know.
I get the radiation off the broadband, the Wi-Fi, because I've got
That's the stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's emitting from the phone.
I don't stand too long. I put my computer maybe 2 hours in a day and turn it off. Plus my computer gets overheated as well, so I have to turn it off.
Well, I'm gonna go offline.
Yeah,
from now on.
Yeah,
save a few sites and just read offline.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come off now. I give my
no worries, mate.
Do that questionnaire thing. What day are you?
I'm gonna watch the football.
What day are you free next weekend?
Absolutely. We'll talk offline. We'll talk off air. What we're gonna get questions to the audience and see.
Yeah,
I'll have a bit of fun with it as well.
5 questions. What day are you free?
We'll talk offline. I'll give you a chance to look at what I've got to do this week, and I can say to you what time.
Yes, I haven't say now.
And we can agree on that. We'll do it. If not, we'll try and do another time.
Yeah, I was hoping to say now because obviously got all the social media, all the audience here.
Oh, blimey, you put me on the spot. Should we say Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock?
Can't you do like near towards the end of the weekend? Gives me I can also, gives them everyone a week to prepare their minds then, doesn't it, as well?
Should we say Thursday evening or Friday evening?
Yeah, Friday, better, yeah? Friday?
Thursday evening or Friday evening?
Friday.
One more time. Friday. All right. Friday evening, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock Friday, yeah? Wicked.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll check up Friday, mate. 6 o'clock, do 6 till 8. I didn't need to do like an hour and a half. We don't need to go too long.
About an hour and a half, that's the one, yeah.
All right, mate. All right, yeah, everyone, Friday, 6 o'clock, we're going to do a question time and a free giveaway for you little listeners. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be general knowledge questions. Could be history, politics, or something environmental, something like that. So yeah, make sure you tune in 6 o'clock next Friday. All right, I'll put that in the chat, mate, and give the heads up for everyone.
Just say farewell, audience. Stay safe.
All right, buddy. Take care, mate. Speak soon, eh?
Take care, Prof. Bye.
Yeah, how to turn this off? End stream. That's end stream. End stream. Oh, my goodness. Goodbye, everyone. God bless.